All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tekken 8 should have burnt me out by now, but it hasn't. And it's not because I'm built different or I'm a pro level player or I'm, exceptional in any way. I'm quite exceptional. I'm quite normal and average. It's mainly because of how I changed how I see the game. I've changed how I play it and my general outlook on the game, and I want to explain to you guys, or at least show you guys, what are those things that have changed Tekken 8 for me and why I'm still not burnt out on the game or I don't want to stop playing it. The first thing I want to talk about is how my mindset has changed and how it actually plays a big role into why Tekken 8 just doesn't bore me anymore, or doesn't burn me out, it doesn't tire me. And it's mainly because when I queue up and I start playing Tekken, I'm not looking to win, right? This is gonna sound very counterproductive to the whole idea of a fighting game and just a game in general. I'm not playing to win. I'm playing to learn. I'm playing to improve and get better, to maximize, or not maximize, but to just make my gameplay that much better, right? Even if it's a 1% better, even if it's a slightly bit better, if whenever I'm going up against a certain matchup, if I duck a specific mid-high string, that is a massive victory for me. If I blocked a low and launch punished it, that is a big victory to me, right? When I do a simple 12 frame or 10 frame punish, that is still a victory for me because I'm improving, right? It's improvement. It's small, it's very minuscule in the grand scheme of things, right? But it's personal and it's an improvement. It's a net positive, right? And I try to hang on to those experiences and really, really treasure them when I'm playing the game, because it just showcases that I am improving and it highlights the improvement, as opposed to me being angry or mad of like, damn, I'm going up against Asuka again, or I'm going up against Hwoarang, right? And I'm getting mixed into a 50-50 for the billionth time, or like, god damn it, Lily just sidestepped me for the quadrillionth time, right? Or I just lose to bullshit, or Brian just hit me with a QCB1, right? Like, it, instead of focusing on those aspects of Tekken and on the frustrating aspects of it, like how annoying a certain character is, learn how to counteract and what you can do. If there's nothing that you can do and you just have to eat the mix, just eat the mix, right? It'll be so much better for your mental health to just be like, yeah, nothing I could do in this situation because I labbed it. And I know there's nothing I could do. I learned, right? And my mindset is just geared towards that. It's just looking for improvement, looking for myself to get better at the game. And that oh so gratifying moment when I finally do get good, I finally do get better at the game, and I read a situation correctly, and then I start doing it consistently. Now it's like a constant flow of dopamine, right, while I'm playing the game. That is one way of seeing the game. Another thing is learning how to play Lars, right? The Lars is the current character I'm playing. I'm probably going to change up in the future. I'm going to play a different character once I hit God of Destruction. And honestly, with how the competition, I've seen the gameplay and Supreme, yeah, I'm definitely going to hit God of Destruction. It's just a matter of time. But regardless, yeah, it's all a mindset thing. It's all about how you are looking to just improve and get better. And the beauty of this is that those little improvements eventually lead to pretty much experience what it's like to see your entire game plan completely shift and transform into something that you can be proud of and you can feel proud of, because it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. You feel confident while you're doing things. You can read situations so much better, and then you can read your opponents so much better. And all of this has to do with a mindset. You need to have a mindset of looking how to constantly improve and how to constantly, what can you learn from that situation, right? And what can you do in that situation to counteract your opponent? You need to have a mindset of growth and a mindset of learning. And this could be applied to any aspect of life, really. But we're applying it for Tekken 8 or fighting games in this case. And it's just looking at every match as an opportunity to grow, no matter how bullshit the game might be. And trust me that this game is horseshit. One thing that's very important to fix and to understand is that you have permission to play bad. you are going to have some days where you're going to be too tired, right? And you're just going to autopilot. There are going to be some days where you're going to be playing without expecting any gains in rank. There are going to be times where you're actually just going to stay in your rank and not move forward or backwards, and even just move completely backwards. You might even lose your whole rank, right? You need to let yourself lose without immediately trying to fix everything. You need to take your time. There are going to be certain days where you're going to be playing amazingly, and then certain days where you're just going to be playing bad, and you just have to accept it. You're just going to have to take it. Those days that you feel that you're playing bad, but you still want to play Tekken, or you want to get better at the game, those days, just go to quick match, right? Go to quick match, go to the replay. The game has way more functions than just grinding rank incessantly to try and get a magic little JPEG, because at the end of the day, that little image on screen means absolutely nothing for the most part. It genuinely has no meaning. We give it meaning, and if you give it a little bit too much meaning or put it too much on a pedestal, right? And it's something that I've changed my view on. I used to get really mad, and I still do. I still get very mad at the game. I'm still always going to get mad at the game because, like I said, the game has a lot of bullshit, a lot of stupid shit, but it's part of it. But now, instead of seeing it like, man, I lost my rank, oh well. I've lost my rank so much that at this point it just doesn't matter. It literally has no meaning to me. So, you got to give yourself permission to understand, like, hey, some days you're just going to play like a goober, and that's perfectly fine. That is part of the game. That is how you improve, right? Because then, if you notice it, that's when you start doing the small improvements. And you're going to notice that when you start doing those small improvements, you might start playing a little bit worse because you're playing out of your comfort zone. But once you make the adjustment and the adjustments become your new comfort zone, then the gains start to show. Now, this is going to be a very important topic, and this is something that you guys really need to get into your skulls and really just really understand, right? This is very important, and it's called an identity shift. Right? And this identity shift is I'm not my rank, right? This is a very important double meaning in this, right? Where basically a lot of you guys call yourselves and say, it's like, hey man, I'm not in my rank. I'm not in my rank. I'm grinding Tekken because I know I'm not in my rank, right? I know I'm not a Fujin, right? I know I'm not Raijin, right? I know I'm not a Tekken King. I know I'm a God of Destruction, man. Hey man, I'm not Godyu. I mean, that doesn't matter. I don't think Godyu matters anymore because I don't think there's that many people in Godyu. But regardless, I'm not this little name tag. I'm this little name tag. That doesn't matter, right? Rank doesn't equate to validation, because I've seen gameplay of Tekken Kings and Tekken Emperors that, that deserve to be in Fujin. I've seen gameplay of Bushin players that pretty much should be in Tekken God or Tekken God of Destruction, right? I've seen, actually, no, let me not go that far. But I've seen gameplay of Tekken God's Destruction that I've beaten at a lesser rank that I believe that I don't even know how the fuck they even got to that rank, right? So rank has no meaning, right? And the reason why I say that I'm not my rank is a bit of a double entendre is because not only do you guys say it, but in reality, you're saying it the wrong way. Because I'm not my rank, in reality, that is true. You are not your rank. You shouldn't be thinking of like, man, I'm fucking Fujin. I suck, dude. I'm trash at the game. I'm garbage at the game. Dude, it's a game, man. It's a game for you to have fun, to distract yourself, to commit to enjoy, to learn something from, right? Tekken is a game where in reality, does your rank matter? It's a nice little goal to strive towards. But does it really matter? No, it does not. It doesn't matter where you end up in, really, realistically. Let me break kayfabe real quick. It doesn't matter where you land in your rank. This has to be your new motto whenever you see online gameplay or whenever you play online, is that rank doesn't mean shit. All that matters is if you know what you're doing and is if you are enjoying yourself, right? All that matters is that you are enjoying yourself while you're playing the game. And if you're going to make yourself miserable by attaching your self-worth to a stupid little JPEG, a stupid little image that means virtually fucking nothing, because you're not playing in Evo, you're not playing in a tournament, you're a scrub, right? It's as simple as that, right? And you shouldn't try to accelerate your rank, because a lot of the times the hard truth is that if you're stuck in that rank, you deserve to be in that rank, right? Because if you really weren't that rank, you'd have already blasted through, you've already broken through. If you're in a certain rank and you're stuck there, there's a reason, right? And you deserve to be there. You have to learn or figure out how to get out by improving your gameplay, right? So accelerating your rank growth isn't going to do anything at all. If anything, it's just going to lead you to get frustrated quicker and more likely than not drop the game faster, because you're trying to speed up something that naturally is just going to take time, right? There's also the fact that Tekken is a heavier game than other fighting games. Every single character in this blasted game has 100+ moves, right? This game has a very big roster of characters. That's a total of like 2,000 something moves, or maybe more. I don't know. I'm gonna put up the number if I care enough. But it's a very big number moves that you have to learn to understand the matchup. It's not just the 100 moves of your character, it's the 100 moves of the other character as well. You need to understand what their main moves are and what they do. Right? In other fighting games, you just need to learn a couple of special moves, a general game plan, and that's about it. Right? Not in Tekken. Right? There's more to learn. The process is much slower and it takes more time. Right? And not only that, a lot of the stuff is legacy knowledge, so you're playing catch up. So be proud of whatever rank you manage to achieve as a beginner or as a longtime player. It does not fucking matter. Alright? This is a competitive fighting game, but it's not a fucking competition. At the end of the day, it's a game that you're paying to play. Okay? So, yeah, that is a very important thing, a very important idea that I've accepted. And it's just like, yeah, like, you know, I'm not my rank. You know, but seeing it in a more positive light. This one I need to learn how to apply it to myself, because I'm one of these people that once I lock into something, once I lock into a game, I'm in that flow state. I never stop. I don't stop. And when I'm really frustrated, I stop even less. I keep going. Yeah, it's not generally a good thing for everybody. I do it because I can derive some type of enjoyment from it. You, on the other hand, I don't know. So that's why I don't really recommend it. So, but you need to learn when to end your sessions. You need to learn when to end your sessions. And if you feel like you start getting mad or really agitated at the game, just really frustrated. I'm not talking about mad like just annoyed. I'm talking about you're raging type of mad. You begin to just hurl insults at the person, things, or the character that you're playing against. That kind of stuff. That's the time when you should, you know, maybe just back away from the game and maybe end your session there. Right? And maybe head to the lab, right? And do something a little bit more productive, right? Or go to quick matches or play with your friends, do something else, right? Another way to end your sessions with Tekken is to end on a win, right? You know, in basketball, how they tell you to never leave the court without making a shot, without a made shot. You know, you need to make a field goal before you leave. Same thing for Tekken. Leave on a win. Leave on a victory, right? That's going to leave you feeling good after ending the match, after ending the session. It's going to feel nice. It's going to feel real good. Or end after you learned something in the replay and you labbed it for a whole long while, right? Until you finally understood it, right? So you got to end the session on a clear win or on a lesson learned. There's also putting a hard cap on ranked matches. Like, I'm just going to play 2 matches a session. You queue up, you play the first person, you rematch them, you win the set, you play another set, and that's about it. That's another real good way of seeing it. I do that from time to time, right? Or just I don't play rank at all and just go to quick match and gain my experience that way, right? Get my practice that way. Now, this one is going to be another hard truth about this game, is that you need to accept your plateau, right? Tekken 8 is a very, very hard game, and plateaus are extremely common, right? And you just need to embrace it. Embrace the fact that you are hard stuck in a certain rank. Usually there's a very good reason why you're stuck in that rank. And the faster you accept it that you're stuck, the faster you're going to shift your mindset towards looking for a solution, right? You're stuck. Why are you stuck, right? What is getting you killed in these matchups? What are the matchups that are giving you trouble, right? What are you doing wrong in the neutral? What are you doing wrong in the mix-ups? Like, what are you doing wrong? And the higher you go, the longer the plateaus tend to be, right? Because now the game, everybody's playing the game at basically your level. Everybody knows what you're doing. You know what they're doing. They are just doing it at a much more efficient rate than you are, right? And that's probably why you're not climbing, right? Another reason why you're not climbing is because you're still dragging certain knowledge checks from back when you were in Fujin, right? You didn't clean them. You didn't clean up your gameplay. And now you have to face them because they're the very thing that are stopping you from winning those matches to get you over the hump, right? And sometimes there are going to be days where you're going to feel like, man, I didn't improve at all. But that's not true, right? There's a very big chance that you did improve. It's just that you're just not going to notice it, right? Because improvement and actual changes take a long time. And that feeling of frustration of like, man, I really want to get up there and I really want to improve and I really want to do that. Frustration is very common, right? And it's okay to feel, but you again need to understand that it's just going to take time. You have to adopt the positive mentality of like, hey, you know what? Even if I'm stuck, even if I'm losing, even if the game is bullshit, I'm still going to keep winning. I'm still going to climb. I'm still going to find a way to win. I'm still going to find a way to learn, right? I'm still going to find a way to learn something from this experience. Right? I'm gaining something no matter what. And that is going to help you a whole lot more than just, just getting mad at the game and just staying in denial or in disbelief that you are stuck in the game or just getting mad at it. Another way is that you can reframe your plateaus as a way to sort of really zero in your knowledge because you're playing around people that are at your level, right? And the more you play with them, the more experience you gain, the better you get at the game. And try and see that plateau as an opportunity to grow. So I believe that's really it. I didn't really avoid burnout by grinding harder or by just playing the game more until I eventually got good, even though I kind of did a little bit of that. But I avoided it mainly by changing how I approach Tekken, by changing my mindset, right? Changing how much I actually play and what am I actually doing with my sessions, right? Am I just playing for the sake of playing, for the sake of climbing and grinding, just running my head against the wall? Or am I actually structuring my growth? Am I structuring my sessions to improve, right? To get better? Am I utilizing the replay function? Am I actually going to practice to lab and understand what I can do to improve? Am I actually practicing the basics, the fundamentals? Once I stopped fighting with myself over my mindset and everything, the game stayed fun. Once I stopped fighting with the game and being like, oh, why are you this way? Why does the game work this way? And I just accepted it for what it is, right? And then on top of that, I decided to again just try to improve and get better at it, and I started enjoying it. The game stayed fun for the most part. I still want to play the game. I still feel a need and a desire to play it. And I find fun in certain aspects of the game. Frustrating aspects are still there, of course, always will be. And I'm not going to say that this is the right way to play Tekken. This is just what's keeping me going right now. It's kind of what I'm using and what is genuinely just working for me, right? It feels right to me. But just because it feels right to me doesn't mean it has to feel right for you. You could have your own opinion about the game, and it will be just as valid as mine. So that's pretty much it. If you're feeling burnt out or you're still enjoying the game, either way, I'm curious to how you're approaching it and what you guys are doing to keep yourself entertained and to, play Tekken, right? So anyways, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.